Guys, I made a video talking about Jordan Peterson when he said that Sam Harris is a believer in Christianity because Christianity, Sam Harris's metaphysics are fundamentally Christian. And there's this other YouTuber who is a friend of mine. His name is the Messianic Manic, and he actually made a response to, Jordan Peterson as well. And he brought up a point that I had not, thought about. I hadn't brought this up. So before we look at this clip, make sure you guys do go subscribe. His link will be down below in the description. His name is TMM, or the Messianic Manic. He dispels a lot of, theist BS, as well as a lot of Ben Shapiro responses, and he's a progressive. So make sure you go subscribe to him. His link will be down below. Check out this clip of him talking about Jordan Peterson's comment about Sam Harris.
Here's Jordan Peterson making a goofy argument that atheists who aren't criminals are really Christians.
Yes, you can be a non-believer. But the funny thing about that is, too, you can't be a non-believer in your action, you see, because Harris's metaphysics is fundamentally Christian. So he acts out a Christian metaphysics, but he says, well, I don't believe it. It's like, well, yeah, you do, because you're acting it out. You just say you don't believe it, but you believe it.
What do you mean he's acting it out? Like what, for example?
Well, he doesn't rob banks, doesn't kill people, doesn't rape, doesn't murder,
How the fuck does refraining from murder, rape, and theft constitute acting out Christian metaphysics? How the fuck do Christians get to claim opposition to murder, rape, and theft as uniquely their own? Christians didn't invent opposition to these things. It's not as if before Jesus was born, everybody thought murder, rape, and theft were all just fine. Even before Judaism, lots of people had a problem with these things. So how the fuck do Christians get to say that refraining from these actions as something that is theirs? Buddha said that shit was bad long before Jesus did, so it would be at least as accurate to say that even if Peterson says he's not a Buddhist, he's still a Buddhist in his actions, and that he acts out a Buddhist metaphysics. Opposition to theft and certain kinds of violence seem to appear in just about every human culture, if not every single culture. Since that's the case, followers of the Abrahamic religions shouldn't get to claim such opposition as their own. They did not invent it.
So this is a point that I actually didn't bring up. I hadn't thought of this point, but essentially the point is, why do Christians get to claim that they started the values of no murder, no rape, etc., etc., because there were many religions before them. It was even derived off Judaism, of course, and Buddhism came long before them, and they had those, ideas. So it's essentially, not only is it just faulty in general, because, I related it to basically saying that if you don't eat pork, you're a Muslim kind of thing. This is false. This is stupid. It's also just incorrect, because they weren't even the first ones to do something like that. They came really late when it comes to these other, the religions. Already talking about paganism, even Judaism, Buddhism, a lot of other religions that already had claimed these values. So it doesn't make sense what makes them able to claim these values. And again, I already explained how if you read the Bible, there's a ton of stuff in there that is literally instructing you how to treat your slave, and just, stoning gay people to death and killing non-believers, etc., etc. So it's a great video by the Messianic Manic. His link will be down below in the description. Check out his channel and subscribe.